How does it feel when you see yourself in reality with same expressions, gesture, or might be everything will be same? Is this possible that person or that thing might take your place? What will you do then? I am talking about human cloning. So, let's know something about human cloning, or can I use how are they going to take over your place? Human cloning is the creation of a genetically identical copy of a human. The word cloning comes from the Greek word, means sprout or branch. The possibility of cloning became a serious subject of speculation in 20th century. J.B.S. Haldane was the first to introduce the idea of human cloning, for which he used the terms clone and cloning. Two commonly discussed types of theoretical human cloning are therapeutic cloning and reproductive cloning. Therapeutic cloning involve cloning cells from a human for medical and transplants purpose, while reproductive cloning would involve making an entire cloned human. So let's move towards the journey of knowing something amazing about human cloning. Successful experiments of human cloning. Dolly was cloned from a cell taken from the mammary gland of a 6-year-old Finn Dorset sheep and an egg cell taken from Scottish blackface sheep. Dolly and her surrogate mother. It was born on the 5th of July 1996. Dolly was important because she was the first mammal to be cloned from an adult cell. But Dolly died from a progressive lung disease 5 months before her 6th birthday on the 14th of February 2003. Dolly, the most famous sheep in the world. Dolly had been considered to be the most famous sheep. Dolly was not the first one cloned. Before Dolly, 2 other sheep, Megan and Morag, had also been cloned in the Roslin Institute. World's first human clone, Eve, a baby girl. A baby has been born through cloning. French scientist and member of the Raelian sect, Brigitte Boselier. The baby named as Eve by the scientist on day of her birthday, the 26th of December 2002. But before that, the first hybrid human clone was already created in November 1998 by advanced cell technology, while Eve has been born through reproductive cloning. Tetra, the first cloned primate by artificial twinning. Terra, born on October 1999, is a rhesus macaque that was created through a cloning technique called embryo splitting. They were the first cloned primate by artificial twinning and was created by a team led by Professor Gerald Shatton of the Oregon National Prenatal Research Center. There has been lots experiments going on human cloning. To clone a human, it costs around estimated range from $200,000 to $2 million. Panayoti Zavos, of the Kentucky Center for Reproductive Medicine, Lexington, U.S., said that his has shown that cells taken dead human could be used for cloning. Let's talk about some experiments which were done on this topic. Japanese researchers had reported on cloning mice from frozen corpses of mice which died after some time. An extinct wild goat called as Bucardo, or Pyrenean ibex, had been resurrected by cloning for the time through the clone, which lived for 10 minutes. In the end, these experiments give the proof that there might be some possibilities of bringing dead ones to live through cloning. Let's talk about dinosaurs come back. While dinosaurs' bones can survive for millions of years, dinosaur DNA almost certainly does not found yet. But some scientists continue to search for it just in case. So, right now it looks like cloning a dinosaur is off the table. Have you ever heard about the oldest Indian holy book Mahabharata? In that epic, there was a character called Gandhari, wife of Dhritarashtra. She was the mother of 101 children? But how can a woman give birth to 101 children? So, let's move on the story of how that was possible on that time. It is said that Kunti, Pandu's wife, and Gandhari, Dhritarashtra's wife, were both expecting pregnancy at the same time. Kunti gave birth to Het first son, Yudhisthira first, but Gandhari had prolonged pregnancy of 2 years. So, with jealousy, Gandhari beat her pregnant belly, which resulted in a strange miscarriage, and she delivered a lump of flesh. Apparently, sage Ved Vyas cut 100 pieces of flesh, immersed them in a pot of ghee and kept them under-buried, and 100 children were born after 1 year. A surgeon from the Maulana Azad Medical College in New Delhi, B.G. Madhupurkar, who also hold SUS patent on technique of organ regeneration, is of the belief that the Kauravas, sons of Gandhari, were cloned by splitting the embryo into 100 pieces. We can also find lots evidence in the oldest book of the world, the Rigveda, as well as in many Indian epic literatures like Vishnu Puran etc., as human clones are made from the cells of the human, so their DNA will be exact like human-s. But might be human clones will be more weak than humans in terms of their digestion, environment adaptation, and many more difficulties they have to face off. While Cloning humans could help us find new ways to recover from trauma, but they might cause imbalance and be unethical in the society at the same time as well. More than 70 countries had already banned human cloning. In terms of Section 39A of the Human Tissue Act 65 of 1983, genetic manipulation of gametes or zygotes outside the human body is absolutely prohibited. A zygote is the cell resulting from the fusion of two gametes, thus the fertilized ovum. Section 39A, this prohibits human clones. More than 70 countries have formally human cloning. While encouraging this, international organizations like UN are also trying their best to prohibit this human cloning. But, still there are also some companies who are providing services that use cloning technology. For example, South Korean-based Sok Biotech clones pets for around $100,000 and a Texas-based company, Biogen Pets, clones cats for $25,000 and dogs for $50,000. What would you think about human cloning? How it will change everything around us? Because, if we bring back those who already finished, they might cause a great imbalance in society as well. If I talk about success rate of human cloning is only 10% for each experiment, and it is risky also.